So, in terms of what the vision is, the vision for us all at the school for the next few years is to drive the Gems Metropole Mustang sporting culture forward by increasing participation, challenging our most able student athletes, and embedding a core sport focus. And I'm just going to go through the rationale for those now, so it's really clear why we're doing it and what we're going to do with that. So to increase participation, all students from years 3 to 13 trialled in lessons. We offered extended squads in core sports, terminally extended squad tournaments, which will be for those players that are in the B teams, and then DASA entry in core sports, totaling 57 squads, which is a huge amount and the most that we have ever done at Metropole. We're going to challenge our most able students by entering really high DASA leagues. We're looking at having an end of season tour over to Abu Dhabi, starting the process of having overseas sports tours, introducing strength and conditioning, nutrition and recovery workshops for all Mustangs next year, and then by next year I mean in January 2023, and then maintaining our strong relationships with external providers to really drive our most able on. And our core sport focus, now the reason why we're having core sports is to essentially avoid becoming a jack of all trades. And if we want to really drive and hone in on a culture, we've got to make sure that we are going for quality versus quantity. So it doesn't mean less students, it actually means more students, because we're focusing on large team core sports. But for us really, it's about refining what we're doing, looking at the strength of our staff and making sure we're pushing that forward. So obviously that's highly qualified staff, looking at a coaching journey for core sports that we'll share with you in 2023. Regular house school events and core sports for all students to adopt the approach of, well, you come to Metropole, this is just what you do. We do these sports, this is us, this is who we are. And year-round AM training for core sports as well. So these are the head of sport. So all those up on your screen will be introducing themselves to you very shortly when they send their welcome introduction emails. So you'll know exactly who your coaches are, who your head of sports are. So you should fire any questions off to them in the first instance. So this is our timetable for term 1. As you can see, it's fairly busy. For you primary school students out there and some of the secondary students out there that you don't see your squad on there, that's because your squad doesn't start until term 2 or term 3. So if you're secondary, everyone's training in the morning. If you're primary, you unfortunately have to wait until your term, so it's your turn to have your go, obviously. So very quickly, if you look at that, you can see exactly where your squads are just there. In regards to the secondary, why it's called under 16s, under 19s, under 14s, is because they have multiple age groups in them. It's not just one year group. Whereas primary, we want more students involved, so we've got a team in every single year group. And that brings me on to the Mustang mantra. Now, this is something that is really important and something that I believe in. I believe these 3 key words are huge parts of what it means to be not only a Mustang, but I would say a sports person as well. And it's, as a Mustang, I have the bravery to confront a challenge head on. When I have a setback, I have the inner grit to fight on, and I show humility regardless of victory or defeat. And those three words of bravery, grit, and humility, I think really is anything that we could embed into our young people and want our young people to have and embody. And really, I'm sort of reaching out to parents to say to parents, look, help us put these things in your child's character, because ultimately these are 3 things that will take your child further, not just on the sports field but also off the sports field as well. Mustang squad contract key points. So on this, and this is what everyone's got to do, and I've attached the link in the email that came through with this link as well. All Mustangs must fill this in per student. So it is a contract per each individual student. So if you're lucky enough to have 3 Mustangs in your family, unfortunately you've got to do 3 contracts. And I suppose the sort of top line points are that we're providing a really high quality service. That we are a mid-market school and we are providing or aiming to provide a premium service. So we want you to recognise that fact and work with us and trust us and make sure that you're understanding that we're all on the same page and we all want to drive the quality and the culture of sport forward here. Also, we've linked attendance and behaviour, and that's linked to Mustang eligibility. So how you perform in school is going to be linked to your eligibility to be a Mustang. So got to perform in lessons and got to make sure you're turning up to school as well. Transport to and before school sessions and after school sessions is going to be a parental responsibility. With the size of the school that we are now, with the volume and the scope of the school, we just cannot provide transport for that volume, and essentially we're ending up in situations where parents are believing children are on buses, they aren't on buses, and what it's leading to is students being left at school, PE teachers having to fill the gap from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock, when ultimately we've started really in the morning, and it's led to a huge variety of situations that are safeguarding concerns. So because of the size and because of the scope of what we're offering, unfortunately, if you have got an early morning session, you have to take your child to school. It's your responsibility. And at the end of the day with a fixture or a training session, it's your responsibility to get your child home. And I suppose that sort of lends itself to the fact that we are raising standards and expectations at Metropole, and that's for a good reason. And we just really want you to try and support us in that. Okay, squad kit. So good news is that the Mustang training t-shirt, that has been brought down from 130 dirhams down to 99 dirhams, which is excellent. Makes it far more affordable for families that have multiple Mustangs in it. It's the same t-shirt as last year. You don't need to buy a new one if your current one fits. And it's all available right there on the website on Surrey Sport. And you can find all our gear on there, everything that you need. The gear's really good. We wear it as P staff, and it's absolutely fantastic. In terms of what you must have or must not have, footballers, you have to purchase the Mustang socks. It's really important that you do that. And swimmers, you must purchase the Mustang swim cap. I appreciate that your jammers or your suits that Surridge have aren't the FINA standard quality ones, so you can wear your own for competition, but you must have the swim cap, swimmers, please. And footballers, please make sure you have the socks. It's really important you do that as well. But there is no other requirement to purchase anything else. If you want to purchase the shorts or the tracksuit or the jacket, you're more than welcome to, but the only thing you have to purchase, every Mustang needs a t-shirt, every Mustang needs the socks if they're a footballer, and every swimming Mustang must have a swim cap as well. So, fixture protocol. So something that's going to be really important moving forward is that we make ourselves paperless and that we make this process as seamless as possible. Please bear with us. It is a new process and there will be teething problems. But the most important thing is that your children are safe. You know where they are. We know where they are. And we get them to and from the fixture safely. So, staff will upload fixtures to the SOCS website and it can be viewed on the link above. And each week I will summarise the fixtures and I'll post them onto Instagram. So please give us a follow at Metropole_Mustangs so you can have a look at all the fixtures and what's going on there as well. Fixtures may change on the day due to schools cancelling last minute. If this happens, we will notify you by email, or your coaches will notify by email about that. Squad lists will be notified to players and they will be shown on SOCS website. So that's the www.mtssportdubai.com. And if it says standby next to your child's name, that means they are not going on the fixture. So if it says standby next to your child's name, they are not going on the fixture. Okay, they are part of the B team squad, and obviously each half term, as well as the training that they're getting, the B team squad, they are going to get a tournament as well. Parents, you'll receive a Microsoft form per fixture. You must fill that in. If it is not filled in before 2 days before the fixture, your child will not be able to go. So it's really important that that's filled in. Forms filled in on the day will also not be accepted due to our generation of registers for safeguarding, so it's really important that happens. And please collect your child at the time that's displayed on the SOCS website. As part of your contract, you'll see there's something there about being late for collection. Obviously, anything over 15 minutes late, we will get in contact with you and say, please don't be late again, otherwise your child might risk their place as a Mustang. If it happens again, I will be in touch and I'll say, is there any reason why you're continually being late? And if it happens for a third time, unfortunately, we'll have to withdraw your position or your child's position as a Mustang. And that's just to really protect our staff. And, you know, there's been situations where I've been here, arrived back at 5 o'clock after a fixture, I've been still sat there till 6:15. And it's just not fair for the staff. So it's really important you are on time. And then the last bit before my final note is the Mustang rewards. So, you know, what are my rewards for being a Mustang? Well, the first thing is, number one, you get to be a Mustang. Number two, you get to represent the school, which is a huge honour. Number three, you get absolutely fantastic coaching from our highly qualified sports staff, and you get free participation in the DASA leagues, free transportation to the fixtures and back again. So that's what you get as part of your tier 1 reward. Your tier 2 reward is everything plus what we are finishing. Now you'll see it just above me there is a mock-up of an example of a tie. That isn't the finished one, but we are going to put up on there the finished ties and scarves at some point. Is that if you in the middle school, so the 7 till 9 in the active school, if you have represented 2 or more Mustang squads, you're going to be eligible for a unique Mustang tie or Mustang scarf. Now, that Mustang scarf or tie is going to have a Mustang number on it. You see there the number 14. That is unique to you. No other person will ever own that tie. No one will have that number. That number is unique to you. It's your Mustang number. And obviously, if you are Mustang number 1, you will be the only ever Mustang number 1. And that's something really special that you can keep for the rest of your life and a memento of your time. Because we recognise that if you've played for 2 or more squads every single year from 7, 8 and 9, that you've contributed really well to the school and the school's culture, and we want to reward you for that. And obviously Tier 3 is our scholarship programme. We are currently in the process of rewriting our scholarship programme and our application process. What I advise for you to do now, parents, is collect any evidence that you may have, pictures, videos, coaches' notes, anything like that, and put it together. I think what's going to be really important to note, however, though, is that our scholarships are going to tie into our core sport theme, so they will be for core sport students only. Not necessarily core sport students only at the school, but rewarding students that are achieving those core sports, because that is what our school is prioritising at moving forward. So build a portfolio, and then as soon as we're ready to launch the scholarships, we will send everything out to you, and then it's up to a team of experts at the school to decide on that. And I know that's going to be a really contentious issue, but you've got to trust us as experts and in that decision-making process. I suppose the last thing to say, and by the way, that is a fairly inaccurate picture of me, as I'm sure I look a little bit more dishevelled than what I do there, is to say that I have worked in Dubai for the last 5 years. I've worked in James Wellington for 3 years, worked in the Arbour School, and I've got a very, very, very good idea of what a premium level sports offering is. Spent a lot of time at the, some of the really big sports schools out in Dubai, and I can tell you now that the difference is culture, and the difference is building a culture. And when we build that culture, that's something that we can buy into. And for me, I'm here to help that happen. And the rest of the team, highly qualified team, really passionate team. And as a group, we are going to deliver that for you. But please support us in that. And I think the thing that I'm sort of suggesting is that as parents, absolutely, we will listen to you. We'll take things on board. But I think it's time. I think it's just recognising that we are in this field, in this particular field. We are experts in this field, and we really want to make sure that we're making decisions that are going to drive the school forward. And it's just about, I suppose, you guys as parents buying into that and us working together to make sure that we can get the best for the school. Secondly, but obviously firstly, the best for your child as well. So if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to get in touch. There's my email at the bottom there. And thank you for watching. Sorry you've had to listen to my dulcet tones for the last 13, 14 minutes, but I really appreciate you watching the video, and then we can all be on the same page and everyone's had the same message. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.